Hi, welcome to the You Do You Babe podcast. I'm so excited you stopped by. My name is Cathy Michaels and I'll be hosting the show. I was wondering, have you ever had something happen in your life that left you thinking, now what am I going to do? Well, I did. And not only was I thinking, what am I going to do? It went deeper and had me thinking, who am I really? That's when I decided to start this self-love adventure. I turned inward, working to become a better, healthier, and more confident version of myself, and I've never felt better. I guess the saying's true, everything happens for a reason. So I would love for you to join me as I continue my journey where I'll discuss the things I've learned, experiences I've had, mistakes I've made, and there were quite a few, but more importantly, the breakthroughs I've discovered. We are what we experience, and everyone's experience and perception is different. So please share what's going on in your life too, because after all, we need each other, and together we're better. All right, babes, enjoy the next episode, and we'll talk soon. All right. Hey, babes. How's everybody? It's been a while. It's been, I don't want to scream. Sorry. It's been a while since I've recorded. I hope everybody enjoyed my interview with Kim Wensler. She's a lot of fun, and go out and get her books. They're really great. And I hope everybody had an amazing Mother's Day or an enjoyable day with their mother. My Mother's Day was very nice. I actually celebrated Mother's Day a week before with my kids. We went for a hike. Sorry, I'm a little fidgety today. We went for a hike through some trails that I've lived here my whole life, and I've never. Oh, here we go. Sorry. I've never been on those trails, so it was a lot of fun, and it's always nice spending time with your kids, right? So yesterday on Mother's Day, I think that's better. Okay, so on Mother's Day, I spent the night before. My son was home with his girlfriend, and we hung out outside by the pool with the pool lights on. He went in the pool. It was a little chilly, but we had a little dance party, drank a little wine, had some pizza, and they ended up sleeping over. Then they left, and then I went out on a little Mother's Day shopping spree with my sister-in-law. So the past 2 Sundays were a lot of fun. Um, and it was nice. It was nice. I did miss my mom and my sister, who are no longer with me, but it was still nice, very nice. So basically today I'm just going to check in with everybody and let you know how I'm doing. I've been going through it the past few weeks. It's been quite a month, and I have been on an emotional roller coaster. So, what's funny is, when you talk to people who are getting a divorce, they basically rip their ex spouses apart, and, you hear about that negativity, right? They don't really talk about their true emotions, okay? So I'm going to basically just take you through all of the emotions that I've been through since this started. And it's been quite the ride. I really have like wreaked havoc on my body this whole time. So we all know that this started in July of last year. And a quick update, we did sign divorce papers a few weeks ago, and I have to say I'm very happy about it. I'm not about the actual divorce. I was happy that day that I signed the papers. But we'll come back to that. So basically, there are 7 stages of grief during and after divorce. Okay. Now, to remind you, I was married for 25 years, and with that person for 31 years. Okay. So since I was 15 and I'm now 46. So I don't know anything other than being in a relationship. So this is all new to me. Okay. And so the sevens, I didn't realize, that there are seven different stages of grief during and after a divorce. There's denial, which I went through. There's pain and fear, which, the pain is gone. The fear is a little bit there still. There's anger. Okay. That's what pretty much got me through a lot of these months. There's bargaining, which I did realize I did in the beginning. There's guilt, but I don't think I felt, I really don't. I've been thinking about this and I don't think I felt guilty. I don't think, I don't think. Now, if somebody who I know that I speak to that is listening, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't think I ever felt guilty about anything. I really don't think it was me. Okay. There was depression, which I was going through, and acceptance. Okay. So I felt all of these except for the guilt. I really don't recall feeling guilty about anything. Um, you know, uh, I just don't. But the denial, I guess I was in denial at some point. Like, so when he came home to tell me, you know, um, that he didn't want to be married anymore, and whatever transpired, I immediately said leave, okay? And then I went a few days later and filed for divorce. Um, I feel like during like the first 6 weeks, there was a little bit of denial and there was a little bit of bargaining, okay? Like I'll do whatever it takes to for you to come back. I'm really glad that that did not work out, okay? Because this was supposed to happen for me, okay? Like I said, he's been the only person I've been with since 15. And I really think that my life is supposed to be so much more. Okay. And so I do truly believe that this happened for me. All right. So I can't wait to see, what's going to transpire with my life, when, as the years go on, as the months go by. All right. So I did have the bargaining, and there is no order for this grief process. I remember in the beginning, I mean, I was all over the place, all over the place. And I feel like I've been all over the place up until like recently, like literally last week, I think. Um, so today I'm feeling super calm and my emotions are in check and it's a really great feeling. I do not like crying. Okay. I do not like all these uneasy feelings that I've been having. And I understand that I have to go through them. But honestly, it was like horrible. Okay, so anyway, the pain and the fear. So yeah, I did have pain. I was heartbroken. Um, I couldn't believe that this was happening, and I couldn't believe I gave my all to a person, and you know, I just felt like I was, tossed away. So, of course, the pain was there. Now, the fear is still there. Okay. And I'll explain. I'll keep repeating this. I've been with him, I've been with somebody my whole life. Now, I was just saying to my son the other night how I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared to be on my own. And the only thing I know is being in a relationship. I don't know being alone. So it's exciting and scary all at the same time. But my son goes, Mom, you did everything. You paid the bills, you made everything happen. You can do it. And I said, it's not that I can't do it. I can do it. I know I can do anything. I'm not stupid. I can make anything happen. What I'm scared about is that, together, we were able to do everything because we had a nice, income together. Now I have to do it by myself with my own income, you know, not being able to rely on anything else, any other source of income coming in. That's scary, right? I'm not saying that I'm not saying, that I don't make enough money. I can do it, okay? But I need to make sure that everything I do will be affordable. I don't want to, I want to still be able to save my money. I want to still be able to go and do things and buy myself things. And, and then now I have to worry just my income is paying, wherever I'm living and whatever I'm doing. So it's scary. That's all. I'm not saying I can't do it. I know I can do it, and I may not be able to get exactly what I want, but at least it'll be mine wherever I'm gonna go, whatever I'm gonna do, wherever I'm gonna live. Which I have an idea of where I'm gonna live. I've already, you know, put it all out on paper. I already did my finances. I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. I like to make sure um, it's not for another year or, like a year and a few months away. But I like to just put it all out on paper, see if I can do it. There's a few things I need to get in order before um, I'll be on my own. But it'll be fine. I mean, again, it's just scary because I've had somebody by my side doing it with me all these years, and now I have to do it by myself. And again, I'm not saying that it's not something I can't do. I'm just saying that it's scary because I have to just now rely on myself. And honestly, though, like if you think about it, it should be empowering, right? Because I'm going to be doing it on my own. And, it's, you know, it will be great. It's just the unknown to me is a little scary. So that's why I research everything. I research things to death. I question things to death. So it's probably not such a good thing, but that's what I have to do. And it settles me down, and I know that it can be done. And us women, when we put our minds to it, we can do anything. Um, so I'm scared, like I said, but I know it can be done, and I know I can do it, and I know I will be just fine. But I mean, if I didn't have that fear, something would be wrong with me, right? So the anger. Now, the anger, I wasn't necessarily like angry, where, you know, saying nasty, nasty things, but I was angry. Of course I'm angry. Like who the hell are you? Like no. like like I'm not a bad person. I wasn't a bad wife and you just up and leave me? Fuck you. Like that's how I felt. I was angry like that. Again, he did me a favor. I'm not saying that I want to be with him. I'm not saying I still want to be married. I'm not at all. I see so many wonderful things happening for me. It was probably the best thing he could have ever done for me. But still, I was angry. Okay. And that got me through a lot of the months while we were going through the negotiations of the divorce, right? So, luckily, being angry got me through a lot of it. Some things I stuck to my guns about, some things I was like, I'll compromise. But, I always had to get some digs in there about, little things that happened or, just anything. But I am, I was angry. I was angry up until I got the executed divorce papers, okay? And then the depression kicked in, okay? And so I only signed the divorce. I signed them, I think, on April 27th. He signed them on May 1st. May 2nd, I got the executed copy. And boom, all I did was cry. That's all I did. Sob. Sob. And I was like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I crying? I don't want him and I don't want him. Okay. I mean, I have my good memories with him. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I certainly don't want that man back. I certainly don't want to be treated the way I was treated. No. Why am I crying? And these are the things that nobody, your girlfriends who've been divorced or your guy friends who have been divorced, they don't talk about their feelings. And they just go off pissed off. He's an asshole, she's a bitch, whatever, whatever, whatever. All the anger. That's the only thing I've ever seen, but nobody's really ever discussed the sadness of it. And again, all I did was hysterical. I mean, sob. When I tell you sob, like right now, honestly, I thought when I would do this podcast, I thought I would be crying. I got to tell you, I feel really great today. So, um, I'm happy I'm not sobbing, but sobbing. My friends will tell you, whoever I spoke to, they would mention one thing, or I would try and get a story out, and it would just overcome me. The crying. I couldn't even get through a story. I mean, it would like Friday. If you follow me on Instagram, I do post, right? Friday I went for a walk on the boardwalk nearby. Okay, I had my glasses on, thank God. It was sunny out, it was beautiful. I did my walk. I was feeling great. I was listening to Pitbull, okay? Not music that's going to make you cry, right? All of a sudden, the tears just come out of my body, pouring out of me. I'm like, Jesus, I can't even go for a walk. All I do is cry. Like, this is all I've been doing since May 2nd. And again, it's not over him. I think it's just over the idea, of what I had planned for my life, what my kids are going through. Like, this is not something I planned for. Um, and I just think that I was crying over the death of a marriage. And that's okay. It's okay to cry. Doesn't mean I miss him. It's like I said, it's the best thing for me. It's the best gift he could have given me. Seriously. But I cried. I cried because you don't go into this, you don't go into marriage, right? And building a family and doing all this stuff expecting this kind of outcome. So I was mourning my marriage. And like I said, today's the first day I feel really good. I have this crazy sense of calmness over me that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be better than okay. But this whole divorce has wreaked havoc over my body. I mean, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, crazy, crazy. Um, Physically, it's also done wonders. I've lost a lot of weight. Um, I take care of myself more. I poured a lot into myself, which is amazing, which is something that I didn't do over these past years. And now I'm doing it. I'm making myself a priority. So I've learned stuff about me during these several months, but still it has wreaked havoc. Okay, so I lost 45 pounds. Fabulous, right? I am now in a single size digit. I mean, my clothes are like medium, sometimes small. It's pretty fun depending on who the designer is, right? But one thing that happened because I mean, let's face it, I wasn't eating healthy. Some days I wasn't eating at all. But I lost a lot of my hair, okay? And that really messed up my head, okay? I really have, women and their hair. It's just, I don't know. There's something about your hair that makes you feel strong, sexy, pretty, all these feelings, right? And I used to have nice head of hair. I lost so much hair. It was coming out in like clumps. I was getting so nervous. I started eating better. I started taking vitamins, as I started taking care of myself. But still, like it's just starting to grow back now. And down here, it looks like it's disintegrated. But up here, it's very, very full. So that was one thing, that really bothered me. And then, I just like lost the fullness or the suppleness of my skin, and so now I'm taking collagen and all that good stuff. But, weight loss is great. My blood work's been coming out fabulous, but still, it wreaked havoc on my body. Okay, then, obviously mentally, I was like, I have like a million tabs open in my brain. Like my brain is so busy. I don't know if I'm coming or going, right? So I've had that. Emotions up and down, everywhere, over and out. I have been examining every relationship, every one of them, with friends, with family, with whoever. And I'm realizing who's for me and who's not for me. Okay. And that's tough. That's a struggle. And, I've cut people out of my life. I still feel that it was right for me. And these are setting boundaries, right? And, maybe the way I've done it hasn't been so nice, but sometimes you just gotta put your foot down and do what's best for you, and do what you gotta do. Do you, babe, right? This is the whole reason of my podcast. So that's been hard. That's been tough. And I'm still evaluating people in my life and trying to figure out, where people belong in my life. So that's hard, okay? Then my spirituality, where I lost faith in God for a while, wondering why would he do this to me? And that's when I had the revelation that he didn't do this to me, he did this for me. So, that was a big deal too, because once I realized that this wasn't happening to me, it was happening for me, cried my eyes out because, I don't want to be, I want a good connection with the man upstairs. I do not want to have any problems with him. Right? So that, was a big deal for me. And emotionally, just emotionally, like the holidays came, that was sad. You know, even though I told him to leave, I still have the responsibility of the house. I still have the responsibility of things going on here, the children, still working, still, trying to live a normal life. It's just a lot. It is a lot. I don't know how people do this. I do not know how women or men get through a divorce. Then you have to like go through your finances, and it's just like restructuring everything. And then not only that, you got to look at yourself, right? You got to go dig deep, and work on yourself. Even though I don't feel I was necessarily the problem, and why he decided to step out of the marriage, but I still looked within, okay? Because we all can use some work. We all can use some fixing, right? Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect, and we all can improve. So that's what I've been doing. I've been looking back. And, a lot of things have happened in my life, right? My mom died. I was 30 when she died. No, 31 when she died. 30? 31, around there. Um, she was sick with cancer, and I had a newborn. And, I felt bad because I couldn't give her my attention, plus the newborn. It was a lot. So part of me was relieved, that she died and she wasn't suffering. But part of me was very sad because I had lost my mother. Now, luckily, I had my sister, and my sister was 13 years older than me. So, she was like a mother, a sister, friend, everything. And we've had our share of, rough patches or whatever. But, she was my kid's godmother. We called her the fairy godmother because it didn't matter what was going on. Stephanie can make it happen. Poof, snap of the finger, wave of her wand, and it happened. Okay. So, when she died, that was just, that just took me for a, that there are no words. I can't even, you know, uh, describe, how what a hole in my heart that she's not here. But I do think that my mother, my grandmother, they're all my angels, and I do think that they saw what was going on, and I guess I don't want to say orchestrated it, but you know because at first I was mad at them too. Like, how the hell? Why would you do this to me? Leave me, and then this happened. Whatever. But, they saw things. So I know I'm getting a little spiritual here, but I do truly believe in my angels up there. And I do believe that they are helping me and really making my life will be the best version than ever before. So, so anyway, all of this stuff happened. So now I'm here, right? I don't have the women in my life who I normally would speak to about things like this. And 3 years ago, and I've mentioned this before, I found out that the man who raised me is not my father. Okay, fine. I think I handled that like a champ. I really didn't. I met my new siblings. Now, my biological father, he also had died. And so I couldn't ask him anything. I couldn't ask my mother anything because she died. I did speak to the father who raised me, um, and he just said, let the dead rest in peace or something like that. Like he really didn't want to discuss much. So whatever. I left it alone. I met my new siblings. And at the time, I was like, whatever, they're nice people. Um, but now looking back, I feel like everything was orchestrated because now they are such a huge part of my life. And I feel like they were brought to me for this reason because I was going to need more people to lean on, because I was going to need more people to speak to help me, to guide me, just to, who I can trust, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm so, I feel so blessed. I now have more nieces, more nephews, and I'm lucky. I really I do. I feel like it's crazy, right? I'm going through this crap and here I am going, I'm lucky, I am lucky. And I truly feel whoever gets to be a part of my life is lucky too. I just feel blessed.